So many of the antioxidants, including your vitamin C, can actually wash out your good radicals in the body that are necessary to protect you and your immune system. As a byproduct of this, there are some free radicals that are being generated in your body. It is something like a soot that is left behind in your body. When it lasts for a long period of time, that's when the damage occurs.
What are the symptoms that I probably, like a layman, find in my body that I know as an alarm?
Once the symptoms start, it's an indication that your body is already going into some stage of chronic illness. You don't have to go to the hospital once you notice symptoms. That's how healthcare should be, right? You wake up with low energy in the morning and you think that's normal just because you didn't sleep well the other night, or you've had a couple of drinks and you'll be like, oh, that's the reason why I'm feeling tired. All these are very slow and silent signs that your body is giving away, like lack of sleep, low energy, and recurrent infections. That's showing that your immune system is not working on its own, like it's not working well.
So, how do I know I need hydrogen therapy? Hi everybody, welcome to episode 2, and today on the second episode we have Dr. Sandhya, who is another co-founder at H2 House of Health. And like we were talking in the last episode about what molecular hydrogen is, Dr. Sandhya would probably throw some more light on why is hydrogen called the smallest molecule?
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sandhya. I'm an MBBS graduate and I've been practicing medicine for the last 15 years. And I'm a general practitioner. So we've been very passionate about starting H2 House of Health because, like we discussed in the previous episodes, bringing it together as a central care is what we are focusing here at H2 House of Health. And we are focusing on a therapy called molecular hydrogen therapy. And like you asked, hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the universe. It's the first element on the periodic table, and it has the ability, it's the smallest molecule, it's tasteless, it's odorless, and it has the ability to pass through any cell in your body. Like it can pass through each and every cell of your body, and it can also reach your brain. It can cross your blood-brain barrier. There's a mesh, there is a barrier around your brain where it doesn't, it's like a protective mechanism that your body naturally has, where it doesn't let anything and everything enter its territory. So hydrogen even has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. So that is the reason why H2 or hydrogen is that special.
Okay, and what does this hydrogen do in our body? Like, it's entering. Now, why are you suggesting this therapy, and what does this therapy do to us? Like for a layman, when we enter a clinic, what does H2 do to us?
So hydrogen is it's a natural gas. It's present everywhere around us, inside us. We produce hydrogen naturally inside our body, and that's through the fibrous food that you eat on a regular basis. And hydrogen is supremely important to help your gut bacteria survive. Your good gut bacteria survive and thrive, and that's how the gut microbiome is maintained. So that's the reason why hydrogen is so important, and that is also one of the reasons why it's being studied so extensively around the world. It's a Japanese technology. It's originated in Japan many years ago, almost like, I think the formal studies began around 2007, and since then there have been around 2,000 plus published studies, peer-reviewed studies that have been published so far. And all the studies, although it's in a very initial stage where people are using it as a medical therapy, in Japan, Korea, and China, they are being used as medical. It is being used as medical therapy in the hospitals, in ICUs. But all around the world, like the US, UK, and now in India, we have it it's still in the wellness category. But we are seeing that there is a lot of potential, and all the studies are being proved that it has the ability to actually help your body thrive at your cellular level. So the work that hydrogen does is inside your cells. It can transmit to your mitochondria and does the cellular repair there. So that is why hydrogen is important, and that's what makes it special.
That's so easy to understand, but who is this H2 for? Who is this hydrogen therapy even for? How does it help when they come in?
So there are two approaches, right? Like there is wellness and there is illness category. So for wellness, like if you're someone who is, has had a very stressful lifestyle, or you've been, not just stress, it's mental stress is one thing, but even your body is going through a very stressful process on a regular basis where it is being exposed to a lot of toxins, be it your processed foods or the pollution, environmental factors like even the pollution on the road or other like radiation, you go get unnecessary tests done, like you get a CT scan for nothing sometimes, like that's being recommended on a regular basis. And yeah, so multiple factors like that make a body go through a very stressful process. And there is something called inflammation that occurs in your body due to the kind of toxins that we are exposed to on a regular basis. Inflammation is good to some extent, but when that inflammation lasts in your body for a very long time, it leads to something called chronic low-grade inflammation, which is where the damage occurs. So as a part of the inflammatory process, there is something called reactive oxygen species. It's very technical to understand all these terms, but it is something like a soot that is left behind in your body. And your body has the natural ability, due to its antioxidant capacity, to push out all these toxins. But again, like I said, when it lasts for a long period of time, that's when the damage occurs. As a byproduct of this, there are some free radicals that are being generated in your body, and when they're not pushed out, that's when the damage occurs. So hydrogen has a selective property where it goes and attaches only to these harmful radicals and leaves behind the selective ones. So many of the antioxidants, including your vitamins that we talk about, like vitamin C and all those things, can actually wash out your good radicals in the body that are necessary to protect you and your immune system. So that's where it's special, and it's selective in nature.
Okay, so how do I know I need hydrogen therapy? What are the symptoms that I probably, like a layman, find in my body that I know as an alarm, or like a time that I need to come see you? Like, what are some basic symptoms that...
So you don't have to notice symptoms, right? That's what we're talking about. Prevention is all about what happens before the symptoms occur. Like, once the symptoms start, it's an indication that your body is already going into some stage of chronic illness, but that is what we're trying to prevent. You don't have to go to the hospital once you notice symptoms. That is a reaction to something that is happening in your body. Be proactive, be preventive is what we are suggesting, and that's how healthcare should be, right?
A little more realistically,
Yeah.
If I find symptoms, what do you think my symptoms?
Yeah, so some of the symptoms that are very commonly noticed among most individuals nowadays is lack of sleep. That is one thing. That insomnia is a very common terminology that is being used now due to your stressful lifestyle, and that disrupts your circadian rhythm and in turn your sleep cycle. And the second would be fatigue. That's so normalized, right? Like you feel fatigue, you wake up with low energy in the morning, and you think that's normal just because you didn't sleep well the other night, or you've had a couple of drinks and you'll be like, oh, that's the reason why I'm feeling tired. But all these are very slow and silent signs that your body is giving away. So these are some things like lack of sleep, low energy, and recurrent infections. That's showing that your immune system is not working on its own, like it's not working well. So I think these are some common symptoms that we notice, and that's when you probably would want to take the action at the earliest.
Yeah, I think we've covered so much in this episode about what inflammation is, what oxidative stress is, about how, hydrogen as a molecule is entering into our body through the inhalation method. I would love to dig deeper into how we can use this for different categories of treatments in the next episode, and talk about more modes of administration with H2. So I think we will see you in the next episode with so many more details. Stay tuned.